and he'll hit 7th. Chambliss batting .278 with a dozen home runs and 88 runs batted in. Roy White, with a 4-game hitting streak going, will play left field. Roy batting at .268, 8 home runs and 40 runs batted in. And batting 9th for the Yankees, their shortstop, Bucky Dent. Dent, a .249 hitter with 4 home runs, 37 runs batted in. And on the mound, cinch for the Cy Young Award this year. A lot of people are talking about him for the most valuable player award in the American League. Ron Guidry. Guidry's won 23 ball games and lost just 3 this year and has a 1.74 ERA. He's making his 34th start tonight. He last pitched on Sunday in Cleveland, and he pitched his 9th shutout as he beat the Cleveland Indians by a score of 4-0. It was his 3rd two-hitter in his last 4 starts and 3rd in his last 3 wins. And that 9th shutout tied Babe Ruth's record for the most shutouts in a season by an American League left-hander. And Ruth's mark was set way back in 1916. That's what everybody remembers Babe Ruth as a great hitter, but they forget about him as being a pretty good left-handed pitcher.
He was one of the best, Bill, and he held many World Series records till Whitey Ford broke most of them.
So Guidry's completed 7 of his last 11 starts and 9 of his last 14. So he's having an excellent year. We mentioned a lot of people talking about Ron Guidry as the most valuable player. Of course, he'll get a lot of argument from the people up in Boston. A lot of players think that the Cy Young Award should be elevated to the same height as the most valuable player. But there's been a precedent set. There have been pitchers who've been most valuable players.
It hasn't happened in quite a while.
No, it hasn't. The Yankees take the field, led out by Greg Nettles and Bucky Dent. Umpires for tonight's action: Steve Palermo's behind the plate, Don Dinkinger at first base, Dave Phillips down at second, and Larry McCoy at third base. Now the national anthems.
Whenever the Toronto team comes to the stadium, we play both the Canadian anthem and our national anthem. Our organist, Eddie Layton, will now play O Canada, and to honor America, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Back with the Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays right after this.
The leagues are formed and the bowling action is fast and furious at Skytop Lanes. But you'll still find plenty of times just to relax and bowl a few games on your own. And on Friday and Saturday, you can even play red pin bowling at Skytops Lanes, the area's most modern family bowling center, 1000 East Main Street, Torrington.
H.R. Mado has insurance for people on the go and for homes and businesses that just sit where they are. If you're going to need insurance for your car, recreational vehicle, home or business structure, consult the knowledgeable people at H.R. Mado Agency, 497 Main Street, Torrington. H.R. Mado insures people on the go.
Bicycle enthusiasts, you can now get $30 off the list price of a Zuki, Century, and Grand Sport 10 Speeds, only at the Village Store, Route 202 in Litchfield, a store for all seasons. The Village Store is also tennis headquarters. They carry Head, Wilson, Davis, Yamaha, and Bancroft tennis rackets. That's the Village Store, Route 202 in Litchfield.
Well, the finish one inning at Fenway Park. The Tigers nothing, the Boston Red Sox nothing. At the end of one, Kip Young, that young right-hander who throws a lot of breaking balls and change-ups, is pitching for the Tigers. He's won 6 and lost 6 so far this year. And he's going against Mike Torres for the Boston Red Sox. Torres is 15 and 12. The score again at the end of one. Ball game starting at 7:30 at Fenway. The Tigers nothing, the Boston Red Sox nothing. Baltimore leading Cleveland 1-0 at the end of 1.5. Don Hood pitching for the Indians, and Jim Palmer looking for his 21st win for the Baltimore Orioles. Score again, Baltimore 1, Cleveland nothing at the end of 1.5. Ron Guidry's finished warming up. Rick Bossetti getting ready to step in. Stepping in behind the mic, the scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
Hi, William, and Bossetti batting .261, has 25 doubles, 5 triples, 5 homers, 42 runs batted in. One thing about this Blue Jay team, they are the toughest team to strike out in the American League. And Guidry's first pitch is low, ball 1. Bob Baylor, as a matter of fact, is the toughest single man to strike out. He struck out only 19 times in over 600 times at bat. Guidry's next pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. He just foul-tipped it, a high fastball. Guidry, remember, has 234 strikeouts, needs 6 tonight to set an all-time Yankee record. A bounce to the third. Nettles barehands it and throws high and off the glove of Chambliss. That ball took a weird bounce to Nettles' right. He grabbed it barehanded, and Nettles is charged with an error. Something you very seldom see, but a tricky bounce. Greg right in front of it suddenly caromed to his right. He grabbed it, didn't have a good grip on it, threw it high, and Chambliss had to come off the bag, and it went off his glove. Now Bob Baylor, as we told you, struck out only 19 times all year, batting at .271. He's got 29 doubles, 7 triples, just 1 homer, and 52 runs batted in. Bossetti leads away. And Guidry's pitch, strike 1 call, dropped by Munson, but not too far, and Bossetti holds at first. So Ron Guidry working with just 3 days rest. And this is the team that embarrassed him up in Toronto. He kicks, delivers, swing and a miss, strike 2. Fastball out of the strike zone that tailed away from Baylor, 0-2. On deck, Roy Howell, and there go the fans starting the rhythmic applause. Guidry gets the sign, and the pitch, foul out of play over the Yankee dugout into the crowd. When Baylor gets 2 strikes, he just pops at the ball, doesn't take that big swing. Tries to make contact. Rivers playing very shallow in center, and Piniella in right. Throw to first base, Bossetti gets back. Ball game just underway here at the stadium. Now Guidry set. And the pitch, ground ball at third. Nettles up, goes to Randolph 1, back to first, double play! And that great Yankee defense gets Guidry out of a jam after putting him in one. Around the horn, double play.
Yankees 6-0 double play in this series. They picked up 4 in the opener, one last night, and 1 here.
All right, and that is so important. Any time of the year, but especially here with just 4 games to play and the Yankees with a 1-game lead. Roy Howell takes the slider over, strike call. Howell hitting .272. 28 doubles, 3 triples, 7 homers, and 60 runs batted in. Left-hand batter stands on that right toe, and the slider just outside 1-1. Keeps the left foot flat on the ground, on the toes of the right foot. Holds the bat straight up and down. Slow curve is high, 2-1. Two out, nobody on. Guidry winds. And the pitch high and tight, 3-1. Munson puts the mask up, walks out towards the mound, yells something at Guidry. And now he's set for the 3-1 delivery. Bouncer to second base. Randolph has it to Chambliss, and the Blue Jays are retired. No runs, no hits, an error, nobody left. In the middle of the first, Toronto nothing, the Yankees coming to bat.
Round out the elegant taper of a European suit, the bold flair of a sports coat, or the contemporary style of a blazer. Do it with Robley Shoes for Men from Al Soucy's. Take a step forward, move into Robley fashion at Al Soucy's Family Footwear, 58 Main Street in Torrington. A fitting place to buy shoes for the whole family.
Everything you may need for summer vacation is now reduced 25% during Severny Sport Shop's end of summer clearance sale. You'll find gym bags, tennis rackets and clothing, warm-up suits, bathing suits, gym shorts, sneakers, and much more, all 25% off. Severny Sport Shop wants you to go on vacation in style. That's Severny Sport Shop, 454 Main Street, Winstead.
If your present car's about played out and you can't afford a new one, stop in at East End Motors. Jay and Bob Ross have a fine selection of clean, late-model cars. Buy a car from East End Motors for many miles of defendable transportation and pride of ownership. You've got to get a better car because they've made their reputation selling only finer cars at East End Motors, 957 East Main Street, Torrington.
Millions of people have worked around asbestos. Now we know that breathing asbestos dust can cause lung problems, including cancer. Sometimes it takes over 30 years for the diseases to show. If you think you've been exposed to asbestos dust, see your doctor. Have prompt medical treatment for any respiratory illness. You increase your risk if you smoke, so stop. For more information, write Asbestos, National Cancer Institute, Bethesda, Maryland, 20014, or call 800-638-6694.
Left-hander Baylor Moore out warming up. He'll have to face Rivers and Randolph and Munson here in the bottom half of the first inning of the Yankees. Bill mentioned turning an excellent double play started by Greg Nettles to get out of trouble in that first inning. Here's Rivers and here's Rizzuto.
All right, Bill. Mickey Rivers has hit in 3 straight games, batting .267. Mickey has 24 doubles, 8 triples, 11 homers, 48 runs batted in. Blue Jay outfield just about straight away on Mick. Howell on the grass at third base, and Baylor Moore's first pitch outside, ball 1. Rick Cerrone, the kid from Seton Hall, doing the catching tonight. Moore's next pitch, low as Mickey bluffed a bunt, 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 delivery. Right down the middle. Mick taken all the way, 2-1. Baylor Moore is pretty fortunate. Billy had an operation. Bone chips and reroute a nerve. Throwing pretty well. There's one foul back in the seats out of play, 2-2.
Sort of like Tommy John with the Dodgers.
Yep.
John really has come back from his arm operation. Sports Illustrated had a nice article a few months ago on how those operations were performed.
Yeah, the pictures were great. The 2-2 pitch, ground ball hit to short slowly. Gomez in, up over to first, just in time to get Mickey. 1 away. That'll bring up Willie Randolph. Willie has hit in 7 of his last 8 ball games, batting .280. 18 doubles, 6 triples, 3 homers, and 42 runs batted in. And Willie leads the Yankees by far based on balls. He's walked 81 times. Pitch to Willie, a curve, low, ball 1. On deck, Thurman Munson. No score in the bottom of the first. Moore kicks, delivers a high foul. That'll be out of play. 1-1. No score at the end of 1 inning up in Boston, the Tigers and the Red Sox. The left-hander winds, and the pitch inside, 2-1. Steady deep in center. The pitch bounced 1 hop at a Howell at third. Takes about 4 steps and fires him out 2 away. That'll bring up Thurman Munson. Thurman hitting .291. 26 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, and 69 runs batted in. Deck, Reggie Jackson. And the pitch to Munson, high, ball 1. Well, it looked like controversy had left the Yankees, but Thurman Munson has just come out with a new book, co-written by Marty Appel, former Yankee hired hand. 1-1 now, the count on Thurman.
Say hired hand, hired gun.
Yeah, that's better. Hired gun, I wish I'd have thought of that. Was he blasts Reggie a little bit. A curve way outside, 2-1. Two out and nobody on. No score in the bottom of the first. Taylor goes to the rosin bag. Tall, lean left-hander kicks and delivers high fly right center. Bassetti to his left. And one-hands it. Staggered around a little bit, but made the play. 3 up, 3 down for the Yankees. The end of 1. Toronto nothing and the Yankees nothing.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
We'll go home.
So just say Bud.
Say Bud.
Yeah, Budweiser. Absolutely the best way to call it a day. Any day. You know what I mean. But when you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Hello, Rusty Jones.
Hey, how are you?
Goodbye, Rusty Cars.
Hi, I'm Rusty Jones. What? Rusty Jones Rust Proof. You know, I can save your car from rust. You can? Sure, because I'm more than just rust proofing. I'm the one option you can buy for your car that actually appreciates its value.
How's that?
I'll stick with your new car, protecting it from rust for as long as you own it. And everybody knows a rust-free car is worth more trade-in time.
You really stick with my car?
Day and night, winter and summer.
No vacation?
Not even the coffee break.
No gimmicks?
Nope, I just want your car to stay rust-free, so you can say,
Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, Rusty Cars. Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, goodbye, Rusty Cars.
Look for the car dealers that offer Rusty Jones rust proofing. It's a sure sign they care. Scooter?
All right, and they're in the 3rd inning. Detroit at Boston, no score. Here, no score after 1 in the battle, Willie Horton. Willie batting .254, 21 doubles, no triples, 11 homers, 60 runs batted in. So Ron Guidry kicks and delivers foul upstairs, out of play, strike 1. Guidry has a chance at 1 or 2 strikeouts this inning with Horton, Velez, and Doug Ault scheduled to be the batters. Pretty free swingers. A 1-strike pitch, foul upstairs, out of play, strike 2. in the batter's box. And the two-strike pitch bounced in front of home plate off Munson back to the wall. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guidry hands over the head. Strike 3. He gets his first strikeout of the night. Number 235 on the year. And the batter now, Otto Velez. Otto batting .270, 14 doubles, a triple, 9 homers, and 38 runs batted in. The pitch to Velez is high and outside, ball 1. Guidry winds, kicks, delivers a bouncer right back to Guidry. He grabs it one-handed, wheels, and throws him out. 2 away. That'll bring up Doug Alt. Alt batting .238. 1 double, 1 triple, 3 homers, 7 runs batted in. He's only been about 101 times.
Last year, this guy owned the Yankees.
Oh, remember the start he got off to?
Right.
4 hits in one game, 3 in another. Oh. Right field, left field, spraying them all over. Right here, there are 2 out, nobody on, no score in the top of the second. And Guidry's pitch, strike 1 call. On deck, Dave McKay. Guidry's 1-strike delivery, bounce to third, backhanded by Nettles. The long throw in plenty of time. And the Blue Jays go down in order at the end of an inning and a half. Blue Jays nothing and the Yankees nothing.
A trip to the supermarket can be frustrating. A trip to Minkachini Supermarket is the remedy for supermarket frustration. At Minkachini's, their family has over 50 years' experience serving your family. They know what pleases and makes your shopping easier. And they want to go out of their way to offer the personal service you want. Minkachini's, from their family to yours.
See the best selection of wood-burning stoves in Northwest Connecticut at the Stove Center of Palisades. Some, like the all-nighter, will heat for as long as 12 hours and more on a single loading. There are differences in wood-burning stoves. Learn the differences. Talk to the wood stove experts at the Stove Center of Palisades on the Torrington-Litchfield Road, Route 202.
When it comes time to update your home's plumbing, save some money. Do it yourself. You'll find everything you need at the Jennings Plumbing Center at the rear of 380 Litchfield Street in Torrington. It's the largest showroom in Northwest Connecticut for do-it-yourselfers. And if you need advice, Ed Jennings will give you all you need. That's the Jennings Plumbing Center at the rear of 380 Litchfield Street in Torrington.
Hello, I'm Louise Fedorowicz, the Secretary of Student Activities Committee of Vogel School. I'm encouraging adults to hike, and it should be easy to find sponsors at work. If a man who is handicapped in a wheelchair is hiking, so can you. The hike is Saturday, September 30th. You can get your sponsor form at Lark Industries, and you can also register there. There will be a mini hike for people who can't make the whole 10 miles. Don't forget the hike is this Saturday, September 30th.
Reggie Jackson steps in. Reggie batting .278. And Baylor Moore's first pitch, high, ball 1. Reggie has 13 doubles, 5 triples, 25 homers, and 93 runs batted in. Leading the Yankees in that department. And a curve low and outside, 2-0. Reggie got a nice hand when he came up to the plate. This one, you got to root for the hometown heroes. The 2-0 pitch, strike call, 2-1. Came in with a fastball that time. On deck, Lou Piniella. No score, bottom of the second. Fastball hits the outside corner, 2-2 as he came sidearm. Baylor Moore retired the first 3 Yankees in the first inning. The 2-2 pitch. Did he check it? No, he did not. Jackson is struck out. Pitch was out of the strike zone, high and tight, but Reggie couldn't hold the bat back. So Bail Lamore picks up his first strikeout, and the batter now, sweet Lou Piniella, batting .314. Outstanding year. 33 doubles to lead the club in that department. 5 triples, 6 homers, and 68 runs batted in. Pitch to Piniella, fouled off his foot. That hurt. Or his shin. He's hopping around on one leg. Breaking pitch, he fouled right down, and here comes Gene Monahan, the Yankee trainer, out. And Lou is in pain. He drops the helmet and the bat. And there's a break in the action now with the score. The Blue Jays nothing and the Yankees nothing.
This is Mel Allen. You know, they say nobody can carry Willie Randolph's glove. Well, Emery's flight pack can probably carry his glove and Nettles' glove and Paul Blair's, too. And that's because, unlike a lot of other small package services, the Emery flight pack takes up to 5 pounds. Emery, the Air Force and Air Freight.
All right, Gene Monahan spraying some ethyl chloride on the wounded spot of Lou Piniella. Lou's still in the squat position there. Bail Lamore continues to warm up. We have no score. With 1 out, nobody on. The Yankees batting in the bottom of the second. So let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network. Piniella now picks up the helmet and is walking over towards the Yankee dugout. I don't believe he's going to leave the ball game. Got the bat. Walking over there. Maybe he's going to get a shin guard that Bucky Dent used to use. I don't know. Greg Nettles comes over to talk with Piniella. And now Lou heads back towards home plate. Not a bad Academy Award scene by Piniella. All right, he steps into the batter's box. Count of 1 strike on him. Bail Lamore winds. Big curve outside, 1-1.
Lou's trying to trick Baylor Moore to throw him a fastball, that's all.
The 1-1 pitch. He got the fastball, hits a grounder. What a play by Howell, but he can't come up with the ball. He dove through the air, got his glove on as he hit the ground and bounced out of the glove. And Piniella gets an infield hit.
And did you see him hustling to first base? You think he hobbled to first? No.
Leg never bothered him. That was an Academy Award scene that Piniella put on.
Well, Frank Messer just said he should get the comeback of the year award.
All right.
Or the comeback of the ball game or something.
That's the first base hit in the ball game, and here's Greg Nettles. Greg batting .275, 22 doubles, 2 triples, 27 homers, and 90 runs batted in. Pitch to Nettles. Oh, man, look at Greg. He knew he had that pitch. It was a curve hanging right inside for him. Just about the same pitch he hit off the facing of the upper deck last night. Piniella at first. Moore sets, and the pitch, he checked his swing in time, and it's 1-1 as they appeal to the third base umpire. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lou try and steal second. Bail Lamore stretches. And the curve is hit off the end of the bat in left field. And that's a foul ball. Oh, man, that would have been a dandy. He misshoot it right off the end of the bat. Just curve foul in shallow left. Nobody could reach it. Bounced onto the field. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nettles as he heads back to the box. deck, Chris Chambliss. One man out. And no score here in the bottom of the second.
They're playing in the fourth inning at Fenway. Tigers nothing, the Red Sox nothing. Kip Young against Mike Torres.
Bellamore's curve, he got away with another hanging curve as it comes back and on the screen, out of play.
Baltimore leads Cleveland 2-0 at the end of 4. Jim Palmer looking for his 21st win of the year. He's 20-12.
All right, it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. The kick. And a ball bounced foul into the Yankee dugout. He took a little more off that one. Greg out in front. Doug Auld holding first base against Piniella. Stretch by Belamore, and the pitch, he jammed him with a fastball, fly ball, shallow center, coming on Bassetti, and he one-hands it for the second out. That was a good pitch by Belamore, right in on the hands of Nettles. 2 out, now Chris Chambliss. Chris batting .278, 25 doubles, 3 triples, 12 homers, and 88 runs batted in. First pitch to Chris Chambliss is hit down the left field line, but curving foul, and that'll be back in the seats, out of play. On deck, Roy White with 2 out. Piniella at first in the bottom of the second, no score. Belamore sets, throw to first base. Oh, he almost threw it away. Just knocked down by Doug Auld, didn't roll too far away. Left-hander sets, and look out, it hit Chambliss. High, tight fastball hits Chris right around the shoulder. That'll move Piniella to second, Chambliss to first. Gene Michaels coming down, but Chambliss is not even rubbing. So the fastball by Belamore tailed right into Chris Chambliss. And that'll bring up Roy White. Roy White has hit in 4 straight games, got his average up to .268. Roy has 13 doubles, 3 triples, 8 homers, and 40 runs batted in. And he has played a major role in the comeback by the Yankees. All right, runners lead off first and second. The pitch to Roy, high, ball 1. Bucky Dent on deck. Moore sets, swing and a miss at a curve down and in, and White had a big cut at that one. Roy had stepped out of the batter's box. Now he's back in. Chambliss leads off first. Piniella off second. Low with a breaking pitch, 2-1. He sets, and the fastball bounced towards the middle, through a base hit. Piniella will score, and the Yankees lead 1-0. Roy White bounced one right over the pitcher's head, on out in the center field, and the Yankees go out on top, 1-0. Roy White, Bill White, has been some kind of a clutch player this last month.
Well, he didn't get an opportunity to play early, and maybe that's the way he'll play White the rest of his career.
It's not bad.
Right now, of course, by not playing early, he's probably a little more strong. than he would be had he been there every day. Of course, Roy wants to play every day.
Yeah, well, all ball players do, but I don't think they realize the benefits they derive from sitting out a few games here or there.
Yeah, but he was sitting out more than a few
years. I know what you mean. Bucky Dent, batting .249. 11 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, 37 runs batted in. Pitch to Bucky, popped up, and the shortstop Gomez under it, and makes the catch. But the Yankees do pick up a run on 2 base hits, no errors, and 2 men left. At the end of 2, the Yankees won, the Blue Jays nothing.
They came from across the sea, from Japan, Germany, England, Italy. Bright and eager to show what they could do. They were foreigners in a foreign land. But one thing that was true in the old country was also true in the new.
You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion, number 1 in the world. Number 1 in your car.
Imports from every country find America is the land of opportunity. The opportunity to use Champion, the world's best-selling spark plug. The plug that wins more big races. For imports, you can't buy a better plug than Champion.
You can't buy a better plug than Champion. You can't buy a better plug than Champion. You can't buy a better...
Today's game is brought to you in part by Specs, makers of fine athletic shoes for basketball, tennis, jogging, or just hanging around New York. Specs stay light on your feet even when the going gets heavy. They're flexible to keep up with all your moves and durable to outlast your competition. And you can find Specs athletic shoes at over 600 fine stores in and around New York City. No matter what your game is, there's a Specs shoe to get you to the top and keep you there.
We just got a communique, Bill White. The annual award for the good guy. The members of New York finest police detail at Yankee Stadium presented Jim Catfish Hunter with the 3rd annual award for being unanimously selected the most outstanding Yankee personality both on and off the field. And the 2 previous winners were Mickey Rivers and Lou Piniella. Lieutenant in Command Vincent P. Flynn made the presentation. And the first pitch to Dave McKay, called strike 1. Yeah, they couldn't have picked a finer gentleman than Catfish. Next pitch, bounce foul outside of thirds. 0-2 the count on Dave McKay. McKay batting .244 with 20 doubles, 8 triples, 7 homers, and 45 runs batted in. Guidry has 1 strikeout in the ball game. Gunning for number 2, and it's fouled back on the screen. Still 0-2. Wines kicks the pitch. Bouncer foul outside of third. Still 0-2. Still no score up in Fenway between the Tigers and the Red Sox. Here the Yankees leading 1-0 in the top of the third.
Tigers had a chance to score, but Fred Lynn threw Jason Thompson out. Thompson trying to score on a single by Bill May.
Ooh, well, Thompson doesn't run that well, and Lynn's got a great arm. Again, the 2-strike pitch just missed the outside corner. Guidry and Munson wanted that one. A good breaking pitch. Thurman turns around, has a little chat with Steve Palermo, the plate umpire. Now the 1-2 pitch. Just outside again, 2-2. That was a blazing fastball. On deck, Rick Cerrone. The 2-2 pitch. Foul back off the screen. McKay, a switch hitter. The pitch, foul back on the screen this time. Blue Jays do not want to get down in the books as being the team that let Guidry set a Yankee strikeout record. They're bearing down. The pitch, foul back on the screen again. Still 2-2. It's been a late crowd here. They're still filing in. Must be a pretty good traffic jam outside. Once again, the pitch. Struck him out. Yes, sir, he couldn't check it. Second strikeout for Guidry, number 237 on the year. Now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
You're listening to WSNG in Torrington. The weather clearing and cold tonight with low temperatures in the 30s. Mostly sunny and cool tomorrow, highs 60 to 65. Fair tomorrow night with lows 35 to 40. The outlook for Saturday is partly sunny with 65 to 70. 48 degrees now in Torrington.
That's the 236th strikeout of the year for Guidry. 3 to tie and 4 to be the all-time strikeout pitcher as Rick Cerrone swings and misses strike one. Seton Hall Flash batting just .225, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, 20 runs batted in. A one-strike pitch, fouled back, strike two. The two-strike pitch. Fly ball, center field. Mickey Rivers right there. And Mick holds it in for the second out. And that will bring up the shortstop, Luis Gomez. Gomez hitting .223, 7 doubles, 3 triples, no homers, 31 runs batted in. He doesn't swing hard. He's tough to strike out. Yankees leading 1-0, and the fastball is low, ball one. The 1-0 pitch, low, ball 2, 2-0. Guidry's 2-0 delivery down low, ball 3, 3-0. On deck, Rick Bossetti. The 3-0 pitch, strike one call, 3-1. Gomez taking all the way. Might take another one. Here it comes, and he bounces one is short. Nice hop to Bucky Dent. Over to Chambliss, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 2.5, Yankees 1 and the Blue Jays nothing.
For over 50 years, the name Wilson has stood for integrity in automobile sales and service. See Wilson Dodge, 450 New Litchfield Street, Torrington, for a choice used car or a new 78 Dodge car, van, or truck. You can trust the deal and the dealer when you buy from Wilson Dodge, 450 New Litchfield Street, Torrington.
Protect the life and beauty of your drapes with Adjust-A-Drape cleaning by Gates Cleaners. With Adjust-A-Drape, there's no sagging because your drapes are gently blocked and shaped in their normal hanging position, vertically. There's no distortion. And Gates provides free takedown and hanging service, too. Be sure your drapes keep their shapes. Call 489-7777 for Adjust-A-Drape cleaning by Gates Cleaners.
Winterize your car early this year with quality parts from Lemar Auto Parts. The friendly folks at Lemar offer thermostats, antifreeze, tune-up kits, everything you need to get ready for winter driving. Check your exhaust system and your battery. Lemar's is ready with replacements when you are. Lemar Auto Parts, 20 Bader Street, just off East Main in Torrington, right behind Rockies.
Hi, I am Lori Frazier. I am treasurer of our Student Activities Committee at Vogel School. I am encouraging students to walk 10 miles for the Hike for the Handicapped. The hike is Saturday, September 30th at 8 a.m. There is also a mini hike, which is 2 miles, for those who can't go all day. This year there will be prizes for those who bring in their returns within 3 weeks. The first prize is a 10-speed bike and 200 other prizes. So let's get out and hike and bring your whole family.
Mickey Rivers up for the second look at Balamore. Mick bounced out to short his first time up. Yanks lead 1-0, bottom of the third. Pitch to Mickey, outside, ball one. Otto Velez playing fairly deep in left. And Moore's next pitch, bouncer right to the second baseman. McKay backs up, got it over to first, 1 out.
Well, some of our pregame guests received certificates for dinner for 2 at Victoria Station. Victoria Station for excellent prime ribs in a unique railroad atmosphere. Victoria Station in Darien, Yonkers, and East Brunswick.
Willie Randolph bounced to third his first time up. And Moore's pitch bounced to third again, but foul this time. 1 strike on Willie. And Thurman Munson on deck. Moore kicks and a pitch hit high in the air to left field out over Liz. Moving in under it. And he one-hands it for the second out. Bring up Thurman. Munson fly to center his first time up. Yankees 1 and the Blue Jays nothing in the bottom of the third. On deck, Reggie Jackson. Pitch to Thurman, check swing foul, strike 1. High fastball, Thurman couldn't get the bat out of the way. Oh, he called that a ball. Evidently did not hit the bat. Skipped off Cerrone's glove. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. There's ball 2, 2-0. And the 2-0 delivery is a breaking ball over 2-1. The 2-1 pitch low and inside, 3-1. Cool night in the Bronx. The 3-1 pitch, line right at Bosetti. Hardly has to move, and he nonchalants it. So the Yankees get down in order, and at the end of 3, it's the Yankees 1 and the Blue Jays nothing.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery.
The Delco Freedom Battery is truly maintenance-free. It never needs water, so the power is sealed in. Get freedom. You'll say, thanks, Delco. You're welcome.
They've got the stuff when the starting's tough. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. Delco, thanks, Delco.
Ever think about what goes into building a quality tire? Firestone does. It's a complicated process, taking the right blend of technology, skill, and dedication to quality. Quality, that's what we strive for at Firestone. And that's what you get in your double-belted Deluxe Champion Super R belt tire. Its polyester cord body, 2 fiberglass stabilizer belts, and computer-designed tread work together to give you the performance and smooth ride you've come to expect from Firestone. But I've saved the best for last. Right now, they're on a super sale with the lowest prices in 3 years. Well, you heard right. They're at their lowest prices in 3 years, and that means you save from $22 to $49 per set of 4. In fact, 4 A7813 black walls are only $89 plus $1.71 FBT per tire and 4 old tires. The time is now. The place, Firestone. Charge them if you like, but don't wait too long. A Firestone sale this super hasn't happened in 3 years. Rick Bosetti will lead off against Ron Guidry here in the 4th inning. The Yankees lead Toronto 1-0. It'll be Bosetti, Baylor, and Howell, the top third of the Blue Jay batting order against Ron Guidry. And the first pitch to the right-handed hitter, swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Bosetti got on an error by Greg Nettles, leading off the ball game, but then Baylor bounced one to Nettles' left, and Greg turned it into a double play. The Yankees' 6th double play of this 3-game series. 1 strike pitch. Sliders are called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Rick Bosetti. So far, Guidry struck out 2. He hasn't walked anybody. He has 236 strikeouts on the year. Nolan Ryan leads the American League in strikeouts. Here's a 2-strike pitch to Bossetti. Bounced slowly foul outside third base. Still no balls, 2 strikes. And Guidry now back up top looking in for Stein. The 2-strike pitch. Just missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nolan Ryan leads the American League in strikeouts. He has 247. Right now, Guidry 236. J.R. Richard, who is pitching tonight for Houston, leads the major leagues. He has 297. 1-2 pitch to Bossetti. Swung on and fouled straight back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bill Necro, a knuckleballer with the Atlanta Braves, has struck out 242 people so far this year. Here's a 1-2. Swung on and fouled back. Fastball. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. And we understand that Jim Rice has just hit a home run in the 4th inning. And Boston now leading Detroit 1-0. A home run by Jim Rice, his 45th of the year. Now Guidry's 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Dropped by Munson. Bossetti tagged out. 3rd strikeout for Guidry. And there's 1 away. Oh, Ron Guidry, Frank Messer, not only looking to set a new Yankee strikeout record for a season, mainly, though, to win this ball game because the Red Sox have jumped on top of the Tigers 1-0.
Well, it's a big game, of course, for the Yankees, and Guidry would like to see the Yankees get a few more runs for him, I'm sure. In fact, I think if the Yankees should, and I don't anticipate they will, if they should by some chance build up a big lead, I think Guidry will go out before the end of the game.
1 ball, no strike on Baylor, and that ball is fouled off. It's 1-1. That'll make the upper deck off the right side. 1 out, nobody on here in the top half of the 4th inning. The Yankees lead 1-0 over Toronto. Infield hit by Piniella. Champ was hit by a pitch, and a key single up the middle by Roy White. Driving in Lou Piniella. 1-1 pitch, low and inside. Baylor backs off, 2-1. An infield hit by Piniella back in the 2nd inning extended his hitting streak to 9 straight.
Bill, you talk to Yankee players, they don't expect Boston to lose another game this year. They feel they'll have to win every game to win the division title.
2-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up behind the plate. Munson coming back, throws the mask away. He's there and makes the catch. 2 out. I think that's the way you have to look at it, Frank. That with them having to win all theirs or going to win all theirs, of course, you've got to win all yours. I think that's a positive way of looking at the whole affair.
And I'm sure that the players up in Boston feel the same way. They feel that they'll go out and win the rest of their games, and all they can do is hope that the Yankees will lose one and force a Monday afternoon playoff.
Here's Roy Howell, the 3rd baseman. Randolph threw him out his first time up. Slices 1 foul, back out of play.
Should there, and by some chance, be a playoff on Monday between the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ron Guidry would get the nod to pitch up at Fenway Monday afternoon.
Here's a 1-strike pitch. Swung on and missed by Howell. 0-2. Howell, a left-handed batter. He, so far this year, just 7 home runs. 2-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him with the slider. 4th strikeout for Ron Guidry. Sides retired. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 3 1/2, the Yankees lead Toronto 1-0.
The car for today and tomorrow is waiting for you now at Parkade Motors. The 1978 Mercury Zephyr, ride engineered for comfort, space, and mileage by Mercury. Travel in Zephyr and travel in style with Zephyr's 50-plus standard features like a gas-saving 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine and 4-speed manual transmission. Zephyr from Parkade Motors, Winston Road, Torrington.
From Marcel's Aluminum Company, a new and better way to beautify your home. Super rigid fiberglass shakes in 4 desirable colors. They're warranted for 30 years. Get a free estimate now for spring application by the company with a 24-year reputation for expert workmanship. Call 489-0053 Marcel's Aluminum Company, 368 Main Street,
Turn to Modern
Torrington.
Floors, 595 Main Street, Torrington, for carpet, vinyl tile, or linoleum. Ed Yurgelevich of Modern Floors has everything you need for complete do-it-yourself installations. Buy the materials, they'll give you free advice and lend you the tools to do it yourself. Remember, for the covering on your floors, it's Modern Floors, 595 Main Street in the north end of Torrington.
Hi, I'm Brian Mattiello, and I am the president of Vogel School's Student Activities Committee. And I am going to jog the hike for the handicap, and so can you. So be there on September 30th, and we'll run together. All you out there, get your sponsor forms at Lark Industries and jog. If Andy West can jog thousands of miles, you can run 10. And for your beginners, there's a mini hike of 2 miles. So it's for a good cause. Come one, come all.
Bill, I told you a moment ago the Red Sox have scored on the home run by Jim Rice. They lead the Detroit Tigers. I thought the Tigers might have played a little stronger baseball than Boston.
Well, Red Sox evidently played stronger than we thought they might be playing. Reggie Jackson swings on the first pitch from Baylor Moore and misses. Strike one. Jackson leading off of the Yankees here in the 4th inning. Yankees leading 1-0. Moore's next pitch, slow curve, swung on and missed. Took well off that curveball. No balls and 2 strikes on Jackson. He struck out in the 2nd. So he's 0 for 1, batting at .277. Moore got him on a high fastball last time. Here's a 2-strike pitch. Fastball, he swings and misses. Let's take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
WSNG in Torrington, 9 o'clock.
So Jackson goes down swinging for the 2nd time in the ball game, and that'll bring on Lou Piniella. Lou ripped one to the left of Howell at third base back in the 2nd inning. Howell dove for the ball. Ball bounced out of his glove, and Piniella was safe at first base. The Nettles fly to center field. Chris Chambliss was hit by a pitch, sending Piniella to second, and Roy White bounced one up the middle, scoring Lou. Slice foul, upper deck right side, not a play. Piniella now batting at .315. Moore's 1-strike pitch. Slice back again, foul upon the screen. 2 strikes. Coming into tonight's action, Lou Piniella and Jim Rice were tied in the American League batting race. They came in at .314. Curveball bounced to short. Gomez there, off his glove into shallow left. That'll be an error on the shortstop. Luis Gomez, normally a sure-handed infielder. He just played that ball poorly. Did not charge it, waited on it. Bounced off his glove.
That's right. And I've heard you and especially Phil Rizzuto talk about shortstop, second baseman, on occasion third baseman, the same thing. Having to charge that ball, take it on the hop that you want, rather than, as they say, let the ball play you. And it's exactly what Gomez did. He waited back on it, knew he didn't have to hurry to get Piniella. He waited back, and it cost him an error.
So Piniella on at first base, and here's Greg Nettles. He flied to center field in the 2nd inning. Now Moore sets and deals. Fastball hits the end of the bat. Also hit part of Nettles' hand. Greg gets up, and he'll go to first base. Now Rick Cerrone, the catcher's arguing. I heard that ball hit part of the bat. It also got Nettles' hand. Of course, if that's the case, it's a strike. But they'll send Piniella on to first base, and that'll move Piniella down to second. Second Yankee hit by a pitch from Baylor Moore tonight. He hit Chambliss in the 2nd inning, and that hurt him because that moved Piniella to second base. He scored on a single by Roy White. Now Nettles is hit with a high, tight fastball. That moves Piniella down to second and brings on Chambliss. Now Roy Hartsfield arguing with home plate umpire Steve Palermo. I think we could hear way up here, Frank Messer, that ball not only hit Nettles but got part of the bat. And normally when that happens, it's a strike.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a tough call by the umpire, too, to determine, I'm sure, whether it hit the hand before it hit the bat or hit the bat before it hit the hand, or hit him simultaneously. But in the decision, plate umpire Palermo, it did get Nettles' hand first. And I'm with you, Bill. You could hear it crack all the way up here. And Hartsfield's carrying on a pretty good argument down there with Palermo.
Well, it's all a judgment call, and really, and there goes Hartsfield. Hartsfield must have some place to go for dinner tonight, because normally a manager will not get thrown out on a call like that, especially a close ball game like this, early in the ball game. But Hartsfield, after arguing 3 or 4 minutes with Steve Palermo, the home plate umpire, was thumbed out of the ball game by Palermo. Now Don Dinkinger, the first base umpire, comes in, and he stands between Palermo and Hartsfield.
I'll tell you, Hartsfield had his right finger up in Palermo's face. Palermo took his hand and slapped Hartsfield across the arm, which is not always in the best judgment to do. But at any rate, Hartsfield is out of the game, and I'll tell you, Palermo got a little bit hot. Of course, you have no idea what Hartsfield said or what Palermo said, but they were nose to nose, and as Hartsfield stuck his finger up under Palermo's nose, he slapped Hartsfield across the arm with his right hand, pushing the finger out of the way. Hartsfield is still.
This must have been something that's been festering throughout the season, Frank, because a manager will normally not get thrown out in that kind of a situation, in this kind of a situation, because there's certainly a lot more.
I am treasurer of our Student Activities Committee at Vogel School. I am encouraging students to walk 10 miles for the hike for the handicapped. The hike is Saturday, September 30th at 8 a.m. There is also a mini hike, which is 2 miles for those who can't go all day. This year there will be prizes for those who bring in their returns within 3 weeks. The first prize is a 10-speed bike and 200 other prizes. So let's get out and hike and bring your whole family.
Rick Bossetti leads off with the Blue Jays in the 6th inning, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes on him. The next pitch is fouled back. It's 2-1. The Yankees won, the Blue Jays won, playing the 6th. Top of the Blue Jay batting order, Bossetti, Baylor, and Howell against Ron Guidry. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Bossetti. High and away, the fastball, 3-1. Bossetti backs out, looks at his third base coach, now gets back in. The pitch. Pop foul off the right side. Chambliss over there near the Yankee dugout. He's got room and makes the catch. We'll take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
WSNG in Torrington, 928.
Bill, I don't know what it is about the state of Louisiana. You suggested that James Rodney Richard might also be from Louisiana, as well as Ron Guidry, and he is. Vienna, Louisiana, struck out an even 300 men this year.
Baylor hits one, a one-hopper to Nettles at third base. He throws on the Chambliss. 2 outs. Well, Richard got exactly 3 for his 300, right?
That's what we understand. He struck out 3 men in the 5 innings that he pitched in that ball game. Struck out 3 men, hit a home run. First time he's been close to 300 strikeouts. He had 214 the last 2 years.
Getting bigger and stronger.
Must be. Vienna, Louisiana, home of James Rodney Richard.
Roy Howell takes high, ball 1.
Hey, we've got Louisiana on our network, Pam, right? Yeah. Oh, folks down there.
Bounce foul into the Yankee dugout. When Ron Guidry pitches, the games go down to Louisiana.
Yes,
KPEL in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Those call letters again?
KPEL.
KPEL.
Outside, 2 balls and a strike on Roy Howell. Got a little gumbo going. Here's the 2-1 pitch. High, 3-1.
I have no idea about the geography of the state of Louisiana. I have no idea how far Lafayette is from Vienna. It may be close together, may not be. I don't know.
Fouled back. 3-2. outs, nobody on. 1-1 tie here in the top of the sixth, and the fans now want Guidry to set a new Yankee strikeout record. 3-2 pitch. Drilled deep to right field, but it's going to hook. Foul. Not too far off that foul pole. Roy Howell got out in front of a hanging slider and pulled it down the right field line. Foul. Well, the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now Guidry rocks and deals a payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Just got a piece of it, slipped through Munson. Count remains 3-2. Fans ought to be worried more about winning this ball game than setting a new strikeout record. Here's a payoff pitch. Low ball 4. And Howell walks. That's the first walk given up by Guidry. Roy Howell at first base with 2 outs, and here's Willie Horton. He's been up twice and struck out both times. Horton batting at .253. Big, strong right-handed hitter standing off the plate. And Guidry sets. Checks Howell, pitches Horton. In the dirt, knocked down by Munson. He pounces on the ball, and Howell has to hold at first base. Guidry with 5 strikeouts so far in the ball game, a total of 239, tied with Jack Chesborough, who struck out that number back in 1904. 1-0 pitch. Checks the swing, takes low. 2 balls, no strikes on Horton. Now Guidry gets a sign. He's at the belt. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, bounce to shortstop. Dead digs out, goes over to Randolph with a force out on Howell. Sides retired. That's the end of 5 1/2. Yankees 1, Toronto 1.
Thinking of putting your family on motorcycles? Motorcycling can be a fun sport for the whole family, especially on Suzuki's fun-loving DS trail bikes and TS road and trail bikes. All are easy to handle, easy to maintain, and easy to buy. Buy your Suzuki DS and TS play bikes at Cycle Therapy. They're all on sale, so hurry to Cycle Therapy and see them while the supply lasts. Cycle Therapy, 3.5 miles north of Winstead on Route 8.
Time to spruce up your backyard or your front yard with a patio or a walk? Do it with cement patio blocks in assorted colors from Iflin Lumber, now only $3 for $1. Iflin Lumber in the south end of Torrington has all the materials you need for those outdoor summer projects, from Osmo's all-weather wood to patio blocks. That's Iflin Lumber, Main Street in the south end of Torrington.
Improve the looks of your home with Benjamin Moore paints. Use Moorguard exterior latex on the outside, Moore's Regal Aqua Glow, or Satin Impervo on the outside. They're available at Litchfield Paint and Wallpaper. For the best wall covering in Benjamin Moore paints, consult the Warm Winters at the full-service paint and decorating store, Litchfield Paint and Wallpaper, Sports Village, Route 202.
Hi, I'm Brian Mattiello, and I am the president of Vogel School's Student Activities Committee. And I am going to jog the hike for the handicapped, and so can you. So be there on September 30th, and we'll run together. All you out there, get your sponsor forms at Lark Industries and jog. If Andy West can jog thousands of miles, you can run 10. And for you beginners, there's a mini hike of 2 miles. So it's for a good cause. Come one, come all.
Up for Thurman Munson as he leads off against Baylor Moore and the Blue Jays. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, it's tied. The Yankees won and the Blue Jays won. So far, the Yankees have been handcuffed with just 2 base hits. And Munson takes a fastball for a strike. Thurman is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Both times he has flied to center fielder Rick Bossetti. Moore's 1 strike pitch, fouled back. 2 strikes. Got the Yankees out on slow curveballs last inning. Comes back here with 2 straight fastballs to Munson in the 6th inning. Baylor Moore has 1 more strikeout than Ron Guidry in this ball game so far. He has 6. Here's a 2-strike pitch to Munson. Curveball sliced foul into the mezzanine off the right side. Still 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Past everybody and back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball well over Cerrone's head. Over Steve Palermo's head, the home plate umpire, and bounced up against the screen. On deck is Reggie Jackson. Now the 1-2. Curveball hangs way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gets his sign from Cerrone, and the pitch. Too high, ball 3. 3-2 on Munson. Now Baylor Moore went ahead of Munson, no balls and 2 strikes with 2 straight fastballs. Now he's missed 3 straight times. Here's a payoff pitch. Swung on, base hit left field. Over quickly, Otto Velez. He'll get the ball back in, and Munson will hold at first base. The Yankees' first base hit sent back in the 2nd inning when Roy White singled in the Yankee run. And here's Reggie Jackson. Jackson now over talking with third base coach Dick Hauser. What do you think they're talking about?
I don't know. I don't think they're talking about money. Maybe they are. I don't know. It's been awfully tough to get anything going off Baylor Moore tonight. Jackson, left-hand batter, struck out both times up, so they may have him bunt.
A little bit different, though, Frank, when the pitcher stretches instead of winds up. That curveball doesn't look as big for some reason when he pitches in a stretch position. Pitch to Jackson. He squares, and it's over his head. He hits the dirt as Cerrone backhands the ball. Ball 1. Bob Miller, the pitching coach for the Blue Jays, walking slowly out to the mound, and got somebody throwing in the bullpen. Looks like Tom Buskey, former Yankee, out there throwing. So a sinker ball pitcher, Tom Buskey, throwing in the bullpen.
That's who it is. I tell you see Jackson go down in that pitch. When Baylor Moore pitched against the Red Sox, I was talking to John Sterling, who's a great baseball fan and radio personality here in New York. He saw a game up there, saw Baylor Moore pitch, and knock Yastrzemski down twice, he said, on pitches like that, and Yaz got up and lined a 3-base hit off of him. Right now, there's a break in the action with a score. The Yankees 1 and Toronto 1.
This is Mel Allen. Thanks to Emery's computer tracking system, no matter where in the world your package is, you can always pick up a phone, call Emery, and touch base with it. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
All right, Bob Miller's had his say to Baylor Moore. Reggie Jackson steps back in with a count of 1-0, Bill.
All right, Frank, time is called as the right fielder Bob Baylor retrieves something from in the corner. Now, strategy. A lot of times when you miss with the first pitch, guy squared the bunch, you get the fastball next pitch. Let's see here. Curveball is inside. Jackson was swinging away. It's 2-0. Munson on at first base. Nobody out. The score is tied in the 6th inning. Boston still leading Detroit 1-0 in the 6th. 2-0 pitch. Up and in, and Jackson hits the dirt again.
Oh, Jackson is very upset. He has just pointed a finger out there at Baylor Moore. And quickly, plate umpire Steve Palermo grabs Jackson. Oh, Reggie's still letting Moore have it.
Well, Moore's halfway to the plate. He's not backing off. Now Cerrone tells him to go back to the mound. 3 balls, no strikes on Jackson. On deck is Lou Piniella. Yankee fans up now clapping. Too high, ball 4. Bring on Lou Piniella. Jackson's on at first base. Munson is down at second. Nobody out for Piniella. With third base umpire Dick Hauser. Kneeling on deck is Greg Nettles. Blue Jays expecting a bunt there at third base when Roy Howell in close along with the first baseman Doug Ault. Now Moore sets. Pitch to Piniella. He squares. Takes high, ball 1. Buskey is still throwing in the Blue Jay bullpen. Piniella backs out. Decides to take a walk. Looks at his third base coach. Now he wants to talk to Dick Hauser. I think Hauser gave Piniella the bunt tonight. He didn't want to take it.
Maybe he wasn't sure what it was.
Well, he knew what it was. He singled and got none on an error. Munson down at second. Jackson on at first. Nobody out. Here in the 7th inning in Boston, the Red Sox still lead 1-0 on a home run by Jim Rice, his 45th. The 1-0 to Piniella. He takes high. 2 balls, no strikes. Bob Miller comes out, and that's going to be all for Baylor Moore. Second trip out this inning for the pitching coach of the Toronto Blue Jays. He wants Buskey. Buskey, a right-hander, to come on here and pitch to Piniella. After giving up that single to Munson, actually, he went ahead. 2 strikes, no balls, 2 strikes on Munson with fastballs. Then lost control of the breaking ball, walked Munson. Then Jackson was sent up to bunt Munson over. Threw over Jackson's head a couple of times, lost him on a walk. Now he's 2-0 on Piniella, and Roy Hartsfield, through the eyes of Bob Miller, has seen enough. And
Bob
that's all.
Going to come out and talk to Lou Piniella now to get that situation straightened out. And, of course, this little lull right here will give Reggie Jackson time to cool down. He's still hot down there at first base about being knocked down twice by Baylor Moore. After Moore walked him as Jackson was going down the line, he invited Baylor to come over in his area. Well, Jackson will cool off. I'll tell you, I'd sort of hate to get in his way if he were running and upset. Long about now. So Moore is greeted by the fans as he comes out. Again, here at the stadium, we have a break in the action with a score, Toronto 1 and New York 1.
When you say Budweiser, whenever the moment is right for a great beer. When do you say Budweiser, whenever the good times are moving to right here. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, anytime's the right time to say it. When do you say Budweiser, Bud the beer for any time at all.
St. Louis.
Well, while Buskey is on warming up, we'll check out the scoreboard. In Fenway Park, it's still Boston 1, Detroit 0 in the bottom half of the 7th inning. A home run by Jim Rice, his 45th of the year. Kip Young and Mike Torres, who started the game, both still pitching. Baltimore has defeated Cleveland 3-2. Jim Ballmer got his 21st win. Don Stanhouse got his 24th save. Doug DeCinces hit his 27th home run. Baltimore 3, Cleveland 2. That is a final. Palmer finished his shutout and complete game when the Indians got to him for 2 runs in the 9th inning. That brought Stanhouse on for the save. We'll check out other scores as we go along. Right now, Pinella steps back in with a count of 2-0, and Buskey pitching for the Blue Jays.
And Yankee runners lead off first and second. A pitch. Pinella squares and butts out in front of the plate, but it hooks back foul. A lot of action and backspin on that ball. Ball was bunted out in front of the plate. It had backspin on it and bounced back past the catcher, Rick Cerrone. The runners will have to go back. Munson back to second base and Jackson back to first. The count on Pinella, 2 balls and a strike. Now a left-hander gets up and starts throwing. Looks like Jerry Garvin throwing in the Blue Jay bullpen. Blue Jays once again looking for a bunt. Roy Howell, the third baseman, and the first baseman dug off. Pinella squaring. And the pitch. Bunted foul. Back to the screen. Lou squared early then. He squared while Buskey was still setting. That allowed Doug Ault to really hustle in from first base. And Lou fouled it back to the screen. It's 2-2. I think Lemon wanting Pinella to get the runners over. Lou hits the ball sharply on the ground and bounces into a lot of double plays at times. 2-2 on Pinella. And the pitch. Fouled back.
A good pitch right there from Buskey. Got him right down in on the hands. That's about all Lou could do with it was foul it back.
Well, Buskey's a sinker ball pitcher. He usually throws a lot of ground balls if he has good stuff. Runners lead from first and second with no outs. Buskey's ready. And the pitch. Chopped to third. Howell has it. He has only one play, and that's over to first base, and the runners move up anyway. High bouncing to third base. Roy Howell, the third baseman, had only one play. That was at first base. So Munson goes to third. Jackson goes to second. And with 1 out, the batter's Greg Nettles. And it looks like they're going to put him on intentionally to pitch to Chris Chambliss. So Greg Nettles will be intentionally passed to load the bases up. They want to pitch to Chambliss with 1 away. Here's ball 1 outside.
After 1-2, Bill, if they might bring that left-hander in from the bullpen, Garvin, to pitch to Chambliss.
I think they have a better chance with Chambliss with Buskey than Garvin. Garvin has some pretty good stuff for right-handers. He's got that screwball, forkball kind of a thing that goes down and away from him. There's ball 3 outside. Of course, you can never tell. It looked like he's throwing hard out there. There's ball 4. So Nettles walks. That loads the bases up for Chris Chambliss.
Just waving in from the bullpen that Garvin is ready if he is wanted, but no appearance by the manager or the pitching coach.
It's tied 1-1. Yankees trying to break that tie here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. They have the bases loaded, only 1 out, and this fella's gotten a lot of big hits for the Yankees over the last 4 or 5 years. Chris Chambliss. Pitch to Chambliss. Swung on, bounced over to first base. That'll get a run in, maybe throw home. Past the catcher. 1 run scores. Jackson will score. And Nettles goes to third base. The Yankees lead by a score 3-1. Doug Ault threw that ball past Cerrone. And that allowed Munson to score. Ball got by Cerrone. Nobody was covering home. Buskey was going to first base to cover. That allowed Jackson to score from second base. Nettles to go to third, and Chambliss to go to second. That'll be a fielder's choice and an error on the first baseman, Doug Ault. So Chambliss should get a run batted in.
I'd have to give Chambliss 1 RBI in that if I were scoring, and the announcement was made, and over the roar of the crowd, I just couldn't hear it. So I'll double check with, I believe, Red Foley is the official score tonight.
Well, I would think that he'd get the run batted in for Munson, the other run scoring on the air. Now they're going to walk Roy White to load the bases up for Bucky Dent. Now they have an appeal play at first base. Evidently, they felt that Chambliss never touched first base. but the first base umpire, Don Dinkinger, said that he did. So the appeal fails. And now they'll put White on. Now they give no run batted in for Chambliss. That was a tough play for Alt to make. I thought he had no chance at all for Munson. But they will not give Chambliss a run batted in. I think I might debate that with Mr. Foley. Ball 2 outside on White. Here's ball 3. Now let Phil do it. And here's ball 4. And once again, the bases are loaded. After 7 in Boston, the Red Sox lead the Tigers 1-0. And right here, Yankees lead the Blue Jays 3-1. Not too many base hits in this ball game. Each team with 3. Each team now has committed a couple of errors. Bases loaded, 1 out for Bucky Dent. Buskey sets, and the pitch squeezes on. Ball's running back to Buskey to throw home, and he's out. Good play by Buskey and Cerrone. Buskey came in, dove for the ball, flipped it as he was hitting the ground, and Cerrone somehow got the glove down, kept the foot on the bag. They got the force on Neto. Squeeze did not work.
Well, that's one of the problems, I think, Bill, with a squeeze play with the bases loaded, where you have that force play at home plate. All the catcher has to do is catch that ball and keep his foot on the plate. He, of course, does not have to tag the runner coming in. It looked like Buskey almost rolled that ball to him. He got the ball, and I think he just rolled it on the ground. Cerrone scooped it up in the webbing of his mitt.
Stayed right there for the force out. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Now here's Mickey Rivers. Mickey's 0 for 3 in the ball game. The pitch, swung on, drilled deep to right field. Baylor slips and he goes back, but now he's on the warning track and makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Yankees scored twice in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and at the end of 6, the Yankees lead Toronto 3-1. Say, Frank, who says Yoo-Hoo's just for kids?
Not so, Bill. Yoo-Hoo is for anybody who loves a delicious, refreshing chocolate drink.
It's Yogi's favorite.
Yep. Yogi loves Yoo-Hoo's cool, creamy chocolate taste.
That's because Yoo-Hoo is made with nourishing low-fat milk.
Right, and it's non-carbonated. Instead of filling you up, Yoo-Hoo keeps your action up.
For taste, refreshment, and nourishment, Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink is today's best soft drink value.
Yoo-Hoo, the drink of champions.
Try Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. Welcome home. So just say good. And for the king of beers, and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of bud is like an easy chair when you say Budweiser. Let me tell you, friend, settling back with a long day behind you and a cold bud in front of you, man, that's living. When you say Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
We'll take a look at the National League scores. We sort of neglected them a while ago while we had the American League scores for you. Houston 4, Atlanta 1 at the end of 7.5. J.R. Richards started the ball game, left for Joaquin Andujar in the 6th. Larry McWilliams is pitching for Atlanta. Before leaving the ball game, James Rodney Richards struck out 3 men for a total of 300 strikeouts for the year, and he also hit his first home run. The L.A. Dodgers 4, the Cincinnati Reds nothing at the end of 6. Rick Mundy is homered in that ball game. And right now we go to the 7th. And leading off for the Blue Jays, Otto Velez. Right-hand hitter takes the strike from Guidry. Velez has singled, tripled, and scored the Blue Jays' only run. The Yankees lead 3-1. 0-1 pitch coming to him. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. to strike out here, he will have set a new Yankee record. He will not get it. A drive to left field. Roy White is back near the fence. He leaps and made the catch. Roy White caught it over the fence. That was a home run, but White caught it. I'll tell you, Fran Healy, Roy White timed his jump and everything perfectly out there. Went to the wall, waited, and just had a perfect timing.
Yes, he did, Frank. An excellent play on Roy White's part. He had enough time to get to the wall. He knew he was going to have to leap, and it was a great play. Brought the ball back into the playing field.
Oh, there is one out, and Velez will long remember that catch by Roy White. He had a home run, but Roy went over the fence and caught the ball. Doug Ault steps in, right-hand hitter, and takes down low for a ball. One out and nobody on. Outstanding catch by Roy White. He went back to the 387 sign, waited, jumped, and caught it. There's a strike call, and the count evens 1-1 on Ault. Nettles backhanded a shot to rob Ault of a base hit in the second, and then Ault singled to left field in the fifth. It was Ault's throw to the plate that allowed 2 Yankee runs to score. 1-1 pitch, fouled out of play in the mezzanine right side. There have been 4 errors in this ball game. It's been rather loosely played. 2 errors by the Blue Jays and 2 by the Yankees. One Yankee error was harmless. That was Nettles' error on Bossetti in the first. It was followed by a double play and erased him by Willie Randolph's throwing error, allowed Velez to score in the fifth. Pitch is hit in the air to right field. Coming on for it, Lou Piniella. He is near the corner as he makes the catch. There are 2 down.
And now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
The weather for the northwest hills of Connecticut, clear and cold tonight with low temperatures in the 30s. Mostly sunny and cool tomorrow, highs 60 to 65. Fair tomorrow night with lows 35 to 40. Saturday, partly sunny with highs 65 to 70. And the chance of rain is near 0 for the next 3 days. WSNG, Torrington.
Dave McKay steps in. Switch hitter batting right against Guidry, and he takes high and in, ball 1. McKay is struck out and grounded out to third. Actually, getting back to Randolph's throwing error, the run did score, but the run would have scored on the ensuing base hit by Doug Ault. 2 balls and no strikes now, and a pitch down low.
Of course, Frank, it's a lot different to hit with a man on third base than to hit with nobody on base.
That's true. Pitch is high, ball 3.
Of course, we'll give the benefit of the doubt to Doug Ault.
3-0 pitch. Strike call. Guidry has walked 1. He has struck out 5. He has tied the all-time Yankee record for strikeouts. And the 3-1 pitch is fouled out of play over the first base dugout back in the crowd. So the fans will start the applause. The pitch that got him. That's the new record. Herman Munson takes the ball with him, flips it to Guidry. As Ron Guidry has struck out his 6th man here, the 240th for him this year, and has set a new Yankee record. We'll tell you more when we come back. At the end of 6 1/2, it's New York 3 and Toronto 1.
Enjoy a complete dinner served for one low price at the Meeting House Inn. Monday through Friday evenings, enjoy a table d'hôte at the Meeting House. You get your choice of appetizer, entree, and dessert, along with many other extras. And don't forget your Connecticut Yankee coupon is good for half-price drinks served at your table on Friday evenings at the Meeting House Inn in Litchfield.
At Kitchen Concepts, you can find the kitchen that will please you for years to come, and a styling that complements your home, in a layout that will work for you, not make you work, and at a price you will appreciate. Come to Kitchen Concepts, 1443 East Main Street, Torrington, where excellence in kitchen design and function is the idea. Kitchen Concepts, 1443 East Main Street, Torrington.
The summer party season is here, and Andy's Spirit Shop has everything you need, including keg beer and tap systems. Over and above a wide assortment of beers, wines, and spirits, you get friendly advice at Andy's. He'll help you you select what you should serve and how much you need. That's Andy's Spirit Shop, North Elm Street, Torrington.
Hello, I'm Lou Fedoritz, the Secretary of Student Activities Committee of Vogel School. I'm encouraging adults to hike, and it should be easy to find sponsors at work. If a man who is handicapped in a wheelchair is hiking, so can you. The hike is Saturday, September 30th. You can get your sponsor form at Lark Industries, and you can also register there. There will be a mini hike for people who can't make the whole 10 miles. Don't forget the hike is this Saturday, September 30th.
Leads off the bottom half of the seventh, takes the ball low and away. The windup by Buskey, the next pitch, chopped foul outside of third. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Randolph. Woody is 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded out to third, flied to left, and been called out on strikes. Baylor Moore worked 5 innings plus, allowed 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. There's a high fly ball down toward the left field corner. Coming over on Velez. In the corner, he makes the catch. Baylor Moore in 5 innings plus. Walked 1, struck out 6, allowed 3 hits and 3 runs. Only 1 of the 3 runs was earned. He also hit 2 batters. And I think if Reggie Jackson had his way at one stage, he'd have got hit.
Yes, he was quite
Reggie wanted a little piece of it.
Right, he was quite upset. The only thing is I think Baylor Moore likes to pitch inside. When you pitch inside, you will knock hitters down, but you have to pitch inside to win.
Thurman Munson steps in and takes the ball low and away.
And of course, it pays to be a little bit wild.
1-0 pitch coming, and it's low and away, ball 2. As Fran Healy was giving you the commercial message a few moments ago, you heard the crowd roaring. That was for Ron Guidry, who came out of the Yankee dugout and took a bow. Munson rips one foul. Oh, boy, that came up, hit a glass of beverage and spluttered the folks down there in the third base box seats. Nobody was hit. The ball caromed off somebody or something back on the field, and Munson has gone down that way to check and see what it was. Well, that was a shot as he pulled it right into the box seats past the third base dugout. And we take a look down there through the binoculars, and everybody is all right. A little bit wet, but okay. Guidry was given a standing ovation by the crowd. 2-1 pitch to Thurman. Line to left. That's going to be a base hit. Velez plays it on 1 hop. And Munson has his second hit of the game. Thurman led off the 6th inning with a base hit and eventually scored run number 2 for the Yankees.
Frank from Boston. The ball game is all over. Mike Torres, the right-hander for the Red Sox, threw a 3-hitter against the Tigers to score. Boston 1, Detroit 0. And true to form, Jim Rice accounted for the only run, his 45th home run in the 4th inning with nobody aboard.
All right, friends, so the Yankees just have to keep on winning. The Yankees are leading 3-1 here. Reggie Jackson has struck out twice, walked once, and scored a run. Buskey to the belt and the pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. Munson down at first. Auld is holding him on. Munson's single was the Yankees' 4th hit, and Thurman has 2 of them. Throw to first base drives Thurman back to the bag.
And Frank, of course, Thurman caught Buskey for a few years here in New York, and I'm sure he knew exactly how Buskey was thinking. Very important for a catcher to think along with the pitcher.
And the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes up high, ball 2.
Of course, once again, we're in the very crucial 7th, 8th, and 9th innings of a ball game, and this is where your power is so very important. It can open up a ball game for you.
2 balls and no strikes. 1 on, 1 out. Buskey has the sign from Cerrone, throws to first instead, and Munson gets back again. Fans are booing the final Boston-Detroit score. There's
is a strike to Reggie. It's 2-1. Lou Piniella is on deck. Boston 1, Detroit nothing. That is a final. So the Red Sox swept the 3-game series from the Tigers. 2-1 pitch. High fly ball into fairly shallow center. Coming in, Bossetti, and makes a two-hand catch this time.
That Detroit Boston game was a pair of 3 hits by Mike Torres and Kip Young.
The Red Sox only got 3 hits off Kip Young of the Tigers. What a well-pitched ball game at Fenway. But one of the 3 Boston hits was home run number 45 by Jim Rice, and the Red Sox won it 1-0 as Kip Young and Mike Torres, each pitched a 3-hitter. 2 outs, a runner at first, Lou Piniella. He's 1 for 3. Swings and misses, strike 1.
Frank, when Buskey first came into the major league, he threw a hard sinker, a pretty good slider right there. Looked like a slip pitch he threw to Piniella. And this past season he spent in the minor leagues and probably worked on that slip pitch.
Buskey straightens up and delivers. Bouncing ball is hit to third. Played on 1 hop by Howell. He fires it to the second baseman McKay for the force on Munson. At the end of 7, it's the Yankees 3, the Blue Jays 1.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. We'll go home. So just say bud. Yeah, that's right. There's nothing like getting home, especially when there's a cold can of Bud waiting for you. 'Cause when you say Bud, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
I've got grease on my fingers, oil on my shoes. I'm always under the hood, but I wouldn't change places with anyone else, even if I could. I worked on every car, big and small, every kind of engine too. And there's one thing that applies to them all, whether they're old or new. You can't buy better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world. They're #1 in your car. Some folks don't mind working in a big place, being part of a team. I prefer just me and that engine, nobody in between. You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world, they're #1 in your car. No, you can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. No, you can't.
Okay, top of the 8th inning, Rick Cerrone will lead it off for the Toronto Blue Jays. The score here in the Big Apple, the Yankees 3, the Toronto Blue Jays 1. Frank?
Hi, Fran Healy. It's Rick Cerrone leading out the 8th inning. Cerrone has flied to center and singled off Guidry's glove. Right-hand batter, batting .227, takes a curve for a strike. Yankees and the Cleveland Indians tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. It'll be Jim Beattie pitching for the Yankees. 0-1 delivery. Another breaking ball swung on a miss, strike 2. On Saturday afternoon, Fan Appreciation Day, Ed Figueroa will be trying for his 20th win. And on Sunday afternoon, the final day of the regular season, it will be Jim Catfish Hunter on the mound for the Yankees. At least that is the present rotation. Guidry's 0-2 pitch. He struck him out. Swing and a miss, and Guidry collects his 241st strikeout of the year.
Pinch hitter now for the Toronto Blue Jays. Number 14, an infielder, Butch Alberts.
All right, Butch Alberts is hitting .294. He's a big kid, 6'2", 205 pounds, 28 years old. Right-hand batter, looks like he might have pretty good power. The pitch to him is lined right at Willie Randolph, who makes the catch.
If Quick reminder, Saturday is Fan Appreciation Day. Every fan who comes out to see the Yankees take on the Indians will get one of those great thermal mugs so popular last year. The mug features a brand new full-color 1978 team picture. Be sure to be on hand for Fan Appreciation Day when the Yanks say thanks, with a free mug for every fan this Saturday, and that's 2 p.m.
2 outs, none on. The top of the order up. Rick Bossetti takes a pitch outside. Bossetti reached on an error in the first inning. Throwing error by Greg Nettles. Then was erased in a double play. In the fourth, he struck out. In the sixth, he popped up to Chambliss over near the seats in foul territory. He drills this one through the right side, base hit in right field. So Bossetti is on, and he has hit in every game of the series. 2 outs, a runner at first. That is the Blue Jays' fourth hit off Guidry. Brown has walked 1, struck out 7. If you're listening off and on, as a lot of folks do, Guidry has set a new Yankee all-time single-season strikeout record. The pitch to Baylor, bounced to short. Bucky dead deep in the hole, has it, throws to second to force Bossetti and retire to side. At the end of 7 1/2, it's the Yankees 3, Toronto 1.
How's your IQ? Your insurance quotient? For drivers, the Schneer and Mattituck insurance agencies have the most comprehensive motor club service for autos, trucks, and cycles, with membership fees as low as $25. For details, call 489-3105. The Schneer and Mattituck insurance agencies, 36 Main Street, Torrington.
A new camera is a major investment these days, and you demand quality for your money. At Clinton Camera, you'll find quality, service, and the lowest prices in the area, backed by Clinton Camera's lifetime warranty on all their Canon, Nikon, Konica, Pentax, and Olympus 35mm SLR cameras. Clinton Camera, Main Street, Winstead, open Thursday and Fridays till 8:30 p.m.
Men, outward appearances are impressive. Think how impressive an appearance you could have in clothes from the Oxford shop. Clothing, if you'll pardon the pride in mentioning their names, such as Hathaway, Corbin, Stanley Blacker, Oritsky, Deansgate, Southwick, and London Fog. You'll also be favorably impressed with their reasonable prices. If you'll take a moment to stop at the Oxford shop, 123 Main Street, Torrington.
Hi, I am Lori Frazier. I am treasurer of our Student Activities Committee at Vogel School. I am encouraging students to walk 10 miles for the Hike for the Handicapped. The hike is Saturday, September 30th at 8 a.m. There is also a mini hike, which is 2 miles, for those who can't go all day. This year there will be prizes for those who bring in their returns within 3 weeks. The first prize is a 10-speed bike and 200 other prizes. So let's get out and hike and bring your whole family.
Greg Nettles leads off the bottom half of the 8th, and he takes the ball outside from Buskey.
And a defensive replacement for the Toronto Blue Jays at shortstop, Tim Johnson.
Ball 2 comes low and away from Greg. Yankees are leading 3-1. Tom Buskey working in relief of Baylor Moore. Right-hander winds and deals. Nettles grounds it to the right side. Fielded by the second baseman McKay, who throws him out easily. 1 away here in the 8th.
Frank, as soon as that ball was hit, Buskey broke towards first base. Even though it was hit to the second baseman, and the first baseman had the opportunity to cover first base. Very important. As soon as the ball is hit to the left side of the pitcher, he has to go over and cover first.
I guess they start working on that with the pitcher the first day he comes to his first camp.
You got that right.
Chris Chambliss takes a curve low and in. Ball 1. Chris has been hit by a pitch, struck out, and grounded into a fielder's choice, on which 2 runs scored. He lines this one to right center field. Bossetti on his horse. He is there and has to reach back for it. He overran the ball, had to reach back across his body, but he made the catch.
And a reminder, tomorrow night, we'll start the last series of the regular season for the Yankees. It'll be Jim Beattie against David Clyde, left-hander with the Cleveland Indians. Ed Figueroa will take on Mike Paxton. Then Sunday afternoon at 2 will be Catfish Hunter against the left-hander Rick Waite.
Roy White up. And lines the first pitch caught by the shortstop, Tim Johnson. I'd say Johnson's about 3 or 4 inches taller than the guy he replaced, Gomez, out there, and Gomez may not have been able to reach that one. It retires the side. End of 8, Yankees 3, Toronto 1.
I've got miles to go today. Got a bale and haul some hay. Gotta go downtown to town. First I've got to make a stop. Gotta get to work by 9. Hope the carpool's right on time. Gotta drop the children off. But first I've gotta stop and go. People all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making a stop along the way. And don't the stop that keeps America going.
Every day, over 1 million people stop at Gulf for high-quality gasolines and motor oils formulated by Gulf for top efficiency to help your engine last. Going somewhere? Remember, use your fuel wisely. And when it's time, stop at Gulf. Well, you've got that feeling again. The feeling that this could be the year. That Yankee Stadium could be the place. That this Yankee team could be the team. When you've got a feeling like that, enjoy it with a Yankee Frank. Because Yankee Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game even when you're listening at home. Go ahead, bite into one. You can almost taste the pennant. Yankees Frank. Colonial makes it.
Okay, Gary Thomason goes to left field for the Yankees. Paul Blair to center field. It's the top of the 9th. To score, the Yankees 3, the Blue Jays 1. Final score from Boston, the Red Sox 1. The Tigers nothing. A 3-hitter by Mike Torres and a 3-hitter by Kip Young. A home run by Jim Rice, his 45th home run of the year. Frank?
All right, Brad Healy, left-hand hitting Roy Howell leads off the 9th inning for the Toronto Blue Jays against Ron Guidry. Guidry winds at his first pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, strike one. I got a feeling Guidry and Jim Rice are going to finish 1-2 in the MVP voting this year. Pitch is high and outside, and the count evens 1-1. No doubt about who's going to win the Cy Young. 1-1 deal, just a bit low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And Guidry has got the Cy Young Award locked up. 2-1 pitch. Hopped up on the left side. Bucky Dent, Greg Nettles look at each other. Dent says, okay, I'll take it, and he does back in the grass.
Of course, Frank, if the Yankees win it all, it's going to be tough to overlook Ron Guidry in the MVP balloting. Jim Rice also with a spectacular season.
You know, we mentioned before, precedent has been set for a pitcher to win both the Cy Young and MVP, and the last one being Denny McLain. Sandy Koufax was another one. And let's see, I have to think for a second. Pitch coming now to Willie Horton over the outside corner, strike one. 0-1 pitch, down low, Vida Blue, I believe.
Right, right. Vida Blue had that fantastic year. He won the MVP and Cy Young Award.
1 ball to 1 strike to Horton. He has struck out twice and grounded out into a forced play. He takes ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
National League, name that comes to mind, Don Newcomb.
I think it was Newcomb instead of Vida Blue now. 2-1 pitch. Foul back. Don Newcomb, Sandy Koufax, and Dennis McLain. 3. There have been 5?
I believe there's 5. Don Newcomb.
2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Swing and a miss.
Frank, I believe there's 3 pitchers in the National League, 2 pitchers in the American League.
The 3 I was trying to think of were Newcomb, Koufax, and McLain.
Right.
Over the $20 million mark, which will make it the 3rd.
All right, Guidry with his
on the year. And just adding to the new Yankee record that he set earlier in the game, he'll work down to Otto Velez. Takes a pitch outside, is Otto. Otto bounced back to Guidry in the second, tripled in the fifth, and almost homered in the seventh. Roy White went over the fence to catch it. Otto swings and misses 1-1. It would have been a home run had White not caught the ball. His glove was well over the left field fence when he grabbed it. 1-1 to Velez. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Ron Guidry, 1 out away from his 24th win. The 2-1 pitch. Bouncer foul off the third base line and rolling slowly into the dugout. And the crowd builds up the strikeout applause. They're on their feet here at the stadium. Guidry has already had a standing ovation. That came when he struck out Dave McKay to set the record. He struck it out. Ron Guidry strikes out Otto Velez to end the ball game.
And Frank, the Yankees are going wild. They're all out to shake Ron Guidry's hand. His 24th win on the year. A fantastic season, 24-3. Of course, we mentioned his chances for the most valuable player award, and they've got to be great. Ron Guidry, 24-3 with a 1.72 earned run average. And another big win for the Yankees. The Red Sox shut out the Tigers tonight in Boston. Mike Torres, a 3-hitter. Chip Young, a right-hander for the Tigers, a 3-hitter. Here in New York, Ron Guidry, a 4-hitter.
And Guidry and all Yankee fans are hoping that Ron's next start will be Tuesday in Kansas City. And that's the way it will be if the Yankees do not lose another ball game, if they can sweep the 3 from the Cleveland Indians starting tomorrow night. And that is now no easy job, I'll tell you right now. But if the Yankees win the division without a playoff against the Red Sox, Guidry's next start would be Tuesday in Kansas City. If the Yankees and the Red Sox should wind up in a tie and force a playoff game Monday afternoon at Fenway, that would be Guidry's next start. But Yankee fans, as I said, are hoping that Ron Guidry will next pick up a baseball and throw it in anger Tuesday against the Kansas City Royals.
I'm sure that Bob Lemon hopes you're right.
Well, I'm sure Bob Lemon and all the rest of the Yankees hope I'm right. As I said, I'm sure Yankee fans hope I'm right. And I'm going to add this. I got a feeling that there are a bunch of guys out there in Kansas City also hope I'm right. Because I think the Kansas City Royals would rather meet the Yankees than the Red Sox in the championship series because they feel that they've got scores to settle from the past couple of years. But that is certainly another story.
Right, I'm sure that's a good thought. I'm sure that the Kansas City Royals would like to beat the Yankees, but they will have their work cut out for them. The Yankees, if they sweep the next 3 ball games, will win 100 ball games on the year. And, of course, will win it all regardless of what the Red Sox do. The Red Sox will take on this Toronto Blue Jays in Boston. That'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They'll face 3 right-handers, Jim Clancy, Don Kirkwood, and Jesse Jefferson. Jefferson will throw Saturday, Kirkwood on Sunday. Tomorrow night will be Jim Clancy, a good young right-hander for the Toronto Blue Jays. Here in New York, it'll be Jim Beattie against David Clyde. Tomorrow night, Saturday afternoon at 2:20, it'll be Ed Figueroa against Mike Paxton. On Sunday, it will be Catfish Hunter against Rick Waite.
Well, the story on the ball game, certainly Ron Guidry, and the biggest story, the Yankees winning the game. The biggest sub-story on the game was the strikeout by Guidry of Dave McKay to end the top half of the 7th inning. That was his 6th strikeout of the game, and that strikeout established the new Yankee single-season record. That was number 240 for Guidry on the year. He came on to strike out 3 more after that. Rick Cerrone, Willie
Charlie Orton and Otto Velez to end the ball game, just adding to the record that he established in the 7th inning. And we'll be back with the totals and a further recap on the ball game in just a moment. The final score, the Yankees 3 and Toronto 1.
I'm a hard-working boy just trying to get by. I got a tired old Chevy, and that's no lie. Got 1 week off to take a little trip, but my noisy old Chevy's done lost its zip. Al Garbus Auto Parts of Winstead rang in my ears, so I drove up Main Street cranking through the gears. Bought everything I needed at wholesale price, put it all together so my Chevy runs nice.
Everyone likes beautifully painted walls, but not everyone likes to paint them. Maybe that's because they've never heard of Regal Wall Satin, a latex paint made to turn humdrum walls into beautiful walls, quickly and easily. The H&H Paint and Wallpaper Company of 97 Main Street, Torrington, has beautiful Regal Wall Satin available in fashionable, ready mix, or custom blended colors. Stop in and see for yourself.
Want to ride back to school in style? Stop by Peddlers 2 now and save $40 on any Puck moped. Save $15 on any Takura 10-speed. Save on other children's bikes as well during their fantastic end-of-season clearance. That's Peddlers 2, 625 Main Street, Torrington. They want you to ride back to school in style.
Hi, I'm Brian Mattiello, and I am the president of Vogel School Student Activities Committee. And I am going to jog the hike for the handicap, and so can you. So be there on September 30th, and we'll run together. All you out there, get your sponsor forms at Lark Industries and jog. If Andy West can jog thousands of miles, you can run 10. And for your beginners, there's a mini hike of 2 miles. So it's for a good cause. Come one, come all.
All right, I've got to give you a few figures right now on Ron Guidry, and I know we're going a little longer than we usually do in the wrap-up, but listen to this. Guidry, in allowing 1 run tonight and winning the ball game 3-1, winds up the season with an earned run average of 1.72. That is the best earned run average by a left-handed pitcher in the major leagues since Carl Hubble posted a 1.66 in 1933. And it is the second best by a left-hander in American League history since they began keeping records in 1912. Only Dutch Leonard, who posted a 1.01 earned run average in 1914, has a better record in the history of the American League for a left-hander. You say, what about Babe Ruth? Well, Babe was second until tonight, with a lifetime earned run average, or rather not a lifetime, but a single season earned run average of 1.75 in 1916. So Ron Guidry winds up the year with an ERA of 1.72, the best by a left-hander since Carl Hubble's 1.66 in 1933, and the second best by a left-hander in American League history since they began keeping records of such in 1912. The all-time record holder in the American League, Dutch Leonard, with an unbelievable, really, 1.01 in 1914, friend.
Just unbelievable. Of course, Babe Ruth. Babe could do a few things on the diamond.
Well, I tell you, Babe Ruth would have been in the Hall of Fame as a pitcher had he not been such a great hitter, and they switched him over to the outfield. There's no question in anybody's mind about that.
Just unbelievable.
Well, the Yankees win the ball game 3-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Yankees' magic number is now 3. We'll tell you again, the Red